It's about damn time that I make this video, guys. If I remember correctly, I tried making this video earlier in 2021, like earlier this year, before Black Widow and Shang-Chi came out in theaters. Well, Black Widow in theaters and on Disney Plus with permanent access. Still, I tried making this. Sadly, I could not even upload it, and I actually did make a video, but I had to split it in parts. But obviously, I took it down, blah blah blah, and all that. But I couldn't upload the full thing due to storage problems, and I was pissed about that. But let's hope I don't go for that again. But yeah, this is gonna be my ranking for all 23 MCU films. But you're probably wondering why I won't be adding Black Widow and Shang-Chi. Technically, I'll be making 2 MCU rankings. One is this video, which I was supposed to make earlier this year before Black Widow came out. And my second MCU ranking will be by the end of December. Basically, the end of 2021, where I rank all MCU films that we got now, which would be all 27 MCU films if I added Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, and No Way Home. I technically have added Shang-Chi and Black Widow on my ranking thing. I technically have. It's just I'll be telling you where I've ranked them by the end of 2021. But anyways, let's get down to business. And just to be clear on something, I know there are ranks that are like, there's probably some ranks that don't feature worst to best, but there are ranks that do feature worst to best. Now, this ranking will not feature basically worst to best MCU movies, because I love all MCU movies. Now, there are some that are a bit disappointing, but still like them. I still like them, even though they're disappointing, I still like them. But anyways, let's start off with number 23. Number 23 on the list is Marvel Studios' SpiderMan Homecoming. Now, I can understand how this is kind of a good Spider-Man movie and everything else. Let me explain a couple of reasons why I was a little bit disappointed with this. Now, I did like the villain. Michael Keaton is freaking amazing as the Vulture. And what I was mainly disappointed with was, I guess, Peter didn't get the love interest, but, you know, obviously, his love interest was really MJ and all that. I'll explain more thoughts on that when I make a movie review about it. Full movie review on Spider-Man Homecoming. But mainly, I was disappointed with how the final battle was taking place. Mainly because of Spider-Man wearing the homemade suit. Now, I like it. It's just, I would prefer to have him wear the Stark suit. But obviously, that was taken and all that. But still, I feel there's some disappointing moments with Spider-Man Homecoming, but I wouldn't say it's the worst Spider-Man movie in my opinion. I wouldn't want to say that. I still think it's a good Spider-Man movie for Spider-Man fans, and I still love it. It's just, it's a little bit disappointing, but I still love it. Now, 22 is Captain Marvel. Now, Soup's opinion, this is the worst MCU movie in Soup's opinion, and that's his opinion. I still enjoyed this movie. It's just, I guess there are some disappointing moments with it. I mean, one of the best parts of my most favorite parts about the entire movie was Goose the cat. Because not only that alien is a cat, but it's... Why don't we get to be seeing Goose the cat again? I'm hoping we could see him in the Marvels, which would be Captain Marvel 2. Still, there were some, I guess, disappointing moments with Captain Marvel, but I still liked it. I still like it, and the only 2 MCU movies I was a little bit disappointed with, but still like, are Spider-Man Homecoming and Captain Marvel. But what was I disappointed with in Captain Marvel? That's a good question. I'll probably explain that in a movie review soon. Now, coming in 21 is Captain America: The First Avenger. Now, this was not disappointing. This was a good MCU movie, and when I saw this in theaters with my uncle and mom and grandparents, along with my brother, of course, with that ending, I'm like, I was upset. I was very upset. Of course, I was a kid back then. I didn't understand much, but like, I was so upset because like, what? It ends like that? Oh no, what? It ends like that? I just had questions. I just had questions on why it ended like that or something. It's just, yeah, I don't know, but I'll explain more thoughts on this. I'll explain more about my thoughts for the first Avenger in my movie review. I will be making movie reviews for all 23 MCU films. I've already made movie reviews for Black Widow and Shang-Chi. So yeah, there's that. But still, this is a good Captain America movie, but we got like 2 very, very good Captain America movies that are my main favorites. Like, I love the first Avenger. I really do. I love the first Avenger, and it's not a disappointment. It's a good MCU movie. Coming in 20 is Marvel Studios' AntMan. another good MCU movie that I really enjoyed. Now, I typically, I don't know if I was interested in seeing this. I mean, I know for a fact I kind of want to see this, and that would sound weird when I said I don't know if I was interested in seeing this. But basically, when I'm trying to say that, I didn't saw this in theaters, sadly, since I don't know why my dad didn't take me to see this in theaters. I ended up watching this online. Which, how did I saw it online? Oh, that would sound like I pirated the movie or anything. No, I basically just went to a website, tried to find the movie, and I forgot what the website was, but I don't know if that website exists now. But I watched it on there, and yeah, I enjoyed Ant-Man, but AntMan The Wasp is my most favorite. But we shall see which movie is better once Ant-Man 3 comes out. And I will be ranking like all MCU movies, but like in trilogy styles. Like for example, No Way Home, Far From Home, Homecoming. That's my rank, but I'm worried it's gonna be Far From Home, No Way Home, Homecoming. I'm worried that won't be my rank for the MCU Spider-Man trilogy, but I highly doubt it. But still, another good MCU movie that I really enjoyed, which was Marvel Studios' Ant-Man. Coming in number 19 is Marvel Studios' Thor: The Dark World, which I am honestly surprised that this is like everyone's least favorite MCU movie. Like, I'm just questioning how the hell did this end up in their last list now? I probably would have to rewatch it and watch everyone's reviews, try to just understand a couple of things, but I thought this was my most favorite. I mean, it's a good MCU movie in my opinion. I can understand if no one is not a fan of The Dark World. Again, I will do some research on why no one was not a fan of this and all, but I don't know if people would call this the worst MCU movie. I don't know what's everyone's opinion on what's their worst MCU movie in their opinions, but still, I will explain for why I really enjoyed Thor: The Dark World in my movie review for Thor: The Dark World, so do stay tuned for that, because like I said earlier, I will be making movie reviews for all 23 MCU films. I've already done movie reviews for Black Widow and Shang-Chi, but still, going in number 19 is Thor: The Dark World, because it's a good MCU movie in my opinion. I mean, I could probably see what they're talking about, but I would have to rewatch it and then talk about my thoughts on it. Coming in number 18 is Marvel Studios' Thor. Honestly, my most favorite movie. Now, either my most favorite is probably one of the three movies of Thor. I don't know which one. I have trouble trying to pick which one, either number 1, number 2, or number 3. And we pretty much have a... Okay, my phone stopped recording because my mom called me and we both had a long conversation till like 8 o'clock. So, here's a quick update. She'll be coming in around October. You know, since we're going to be celebrating not only Dee's birthday, but Mom's birthday as well. Just thought I of something right now. Also, Mom, if you're watching this, I love you. I love you, Mom. Okay, that was weird, but still, I don't know if my mom's gonna see this video. But still, as I was saying, we technically have a Thor trilogy, but it won't be a trilogy at all, because we have a fourth movie coming out in 2022, which would be Thor: Love and Thunder. So, still, I have trouble picking which one's my most favorite Thor movie, but I really... Wait, where's my... Oh, it's right here. But still, I really loved Thor. And I remember, if I remember correctly, I tried to get toys at probably either... No, Burger King. It was definitely Burger King. I tried getting toys at Burger King, and I wanted to get the helmet thing and the hammer. I wanted to get those very badly, but also I couldn't. But still, Thor is probably one of my most favorites, but again, I have trouble picking which one's my most favorite. Either Thor or The Dark World or Ragnarok, but we shall see. We shall see once Love and Thunder comes out, because hey, that might end up becoming my favorite. But I will rank all 4 Thor movies soon, which would be in 2022. So, still, Thor is another good MCU movie that I will forever watch anytime I want, because it's just watchable for me. Oh, I probably should have mentioned this. So, all of these MCU movies are rewatchable for me. Totally. Even though Captain Marvel and Homecoming are disappointing, but still good MCU movies, but disappointing. Basically, both good and disappointing. They're still rewatchable. All MCU movies are rewatchable for me. But yeah, Thor is going on number 18. But number 17 is Marvel Studios' Doctor Strange. Now, I pretty much tried watching this, and I've said this multiple times. I wasn't interested in seeing this, but then I suddenly got interested in seeing this. I'll explain more thoughts about it when I make a movie review. And I tried I don't know how long it's taken me to watch this damn movie, but I eventually finally watched it, but on DVD. Sadly, I watched it on DVD. But so yeah, Doctor Strange is going on number 17. If I didn't mention that, if I didn't mention that earlier, but still, Doctor Strange is another good MCU movie, and I pretty much love it even more with the What If episode that we got recently. What if Doctor Strange lost his heart instead of his hands? Now that was a really, really good episode. It is as good as episode 2 of What If, but still, Doctor Strange is another good MCU movie that I really, really enjoy, and yeah, I'm gonna need to rewatch it again, and it's also rewatchable, sort of. Not like I don't want to watch it as much, because I have watched it last year, and because I was in the mood to watch it, since, of course, it was announced Doctor Strange would be in No Way Home, so I figured why not just watch it, because I was thinking about it, Still, but yeah, it's a bit rewatchable for me. It's a bit rewatchable for me, but still, Doctor Strange is another good MCU movie that I really enjoyed. Number 16 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now, I'd say this was a disappointing movie, but it's another good MCU movie. Now, I have some mixed feelings about it, and I will explain some of that in my movie review for it, but I really enjoyed this. Mainly for, one of the best parts about the movie was probably the song, which was, and it's, you don't love me now, you don't love me again, they still can't say it, get better, that's technically in the trailer music, and sorta in the movie, like twice, that was in the movie, so, yeah, and that was horrible singing of me, I know, I'll play the music once I make a review about it, so do stay tuned. But still, I will explain what are my mixed feelings about it, but it's another good MCU movie, mainly because Baby Groot. He's just adorable in there. Anyway, so yeah, Volume 2 is going on number 16 now. Number 15 is Guardians of the Galaxy. Marvel Studios Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I don't know which one's my most favorite. It's either the second or the first one. Technically, I have some. It's technically similar to how I have trouble picking which Thor movie is my most favorite. But once we pretty much conclude this trilogy, since we have Volume 3 coming out, sadly, in 2023, and apparently we were supposed to get it around New Year's of 2020, if I remember correctly. But still, sadly, we're getting that in 2023. But I can wait. I can wait. I mean, I'm excited to see it, but we know nothing about it, so. Yeah, until we know something about it, or get a trailer, or if something that has to do with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 makes me lose my mind, I'm going to get very hyped. But still, it's another good MCU movie. Volume 2 and Volume 1 are good MCU movies. And they're both directed by James Gunn, who gave us the greatest masterpiece of all time, the greatest DCE movie of all time, The Suicide Squad. So yeah, I don't know if he's going to continue doing MCU projects. I mean, I'm cool with him making DCU projects, but I'm hoping he could, still make MCU projects. Like, I feel like him making a Thunderbolts movie or Disney Plus show is perfect for him. I feel like it's perfect for him to make a Thunderbolts show on Disney Plus or a movie. I just feel like he's perfect for that. I don't know, but still, Guardians of the Galaxy is another good MCU movie that I really enjoyed back in 2014, which I kind of watched on DVD. And number 14 is Thor Ragnarok. Now, I have some mixed feelings about this too. I have some mixed feelings about this too. Mainly because we lose Thor's hammer. He technically loses an eye. Well, I should probably take that out since he technically does get an eye in 28 in Infinity War. Still, he loses his hammer. He loses his home, and yeah, I'll explain my mixed feelings about it for my movie review of Thor Ragnarok. But it's another good MCU movie, which is honestly I will say it's better than the first two, which. I will agree with everyone else, and people are either saying that it's the best MCU movie but not the best Thor movie, or best Thor movie but not best MCU movie. It's either one of those, but I can see what they mean. I could go on and explain some of my thoughts on it, but it's another good MCU movie and something I could understand for why everyone saying it's the best Thor movie. Yeah, I could see some of that. Probably because of the Ragnarok, since I guess that's famous with Greek mythology or something. Basically end of the world and all that. I can definitely see that, but still, I had a blast seeing this in theaters, because I remember seeing this in theaters with my mom, including my brother, and one of the best parts was the, Oh, bro, long ago, and about the brown ships sail away. Hey, okay, yeah, I know my singing's a bit terrible. I get that. I'll like play the full song. Well, not full song, but some of the bits of the song in my movie review. But with that song playing kind of twice in the movie, that's just similar to, oh, I don't know, this. Okay, if you did not get what I was doing right there, I was trying to sort of play the "None Shall Live" music, the one that was used in Trollingers, because that's similar to with Immigrant. If that is it called Immigrant? I think it's called Immigrant. I don't know, but still, that's just similar to "None Shall Live." I play that now, but I don't want to get a copyright claim, so yeah, sorry. Anyways, so yeah. Another good MCU movie. A movie I really enjoyed watching in theaters back in 2017. November 2017. Now, going in number 13 is Avengers Age of Ultron. Marvel Studios' Avengers Age of Ultron. Which, a movie I've been looking forward to see. And kind of terrified to see because I was scared that the Avengers were going to die because of Ultron. Why did I thought of that? Mainly because of an animated movie I saw, which was the new Avengers, where Ultron killed all the Avengers. So since Ultron killed all the Avengers in that animated movie, I figured he'd probably do the same for this one, because I was terrified of that. I was honestly terrified to see the Avengers die, because I'm like, oh, he's a big threat. He's a big threat. And I could see people having some mixed feelings about this or something, and I still do not understand what underrated means. I don't know if it's a good or a bad word. Not like bad word, like, for example, hell is a bad word. Crap is a bad word. Not, is it, like, I should just say it's a cuss word or something for cuss words. But the place what I'm trying to say is that I don't know if underrated means it's a good word or a bad word. Like, underrated means this movie sucks. Underrated means this movie doesn't suck. Still, I'll have to look it up. But still, I really enjoyed Age of Ultron. Now, I guess I would say I have some mixed feelings about this, but there are some stuff I was a bit upset about, but I'll explain that in my movie review of it. But I'll say this, Ultron, best performance, best villain. I'll say that. I'll just say that. I'll explain more details of that or something. But it's another good MCU movie that I really enjoyed, even though there was some stuff I was upset about, mainly for Quicksilver. Damn you, Joss Whedon. You made a good Avengers movie, but you kind of messed up with Age of Ultron, and you gave us the worst DCU movie. Yeah, did I mention I hate Joss Whedon's guts? Going to number 12 is Iron Man 3. Now, when I saw the trailer for this, just basically when his mansion is destroyed, all of his armor, like, I kind of went nuts for this, because, like, this was honestly looking to be bigger than Iron Man 1 and 2. And this movie was insane. And I enjoyed it. I just freaking enjoyed it. I remember seeing this probably once or twice back in 2013 in the theater. I remember correctly seeing this in theaters. And if I remember correctly, I was Iron Man for Halloween 2013. But it's another good MCU movie that I really enjoyed. But another MCU movie I really enjoyed, which is coming in number 11, is Marvel Studios' Iron Man 2. Which introduced us to Black Widow. And I will agree with some people that we probably should have gotten a Black Widow before or after Iron Man 2, because I heard people were saying about that when we got the Iron Man 2, how it should have ended video. Like, people were talking about that. I would agree with some of them. We probably should have gotten it, even though Black Widow is technically a prequel, an MCU prequel, the first MCU prequel. You know, but still, it's another good MCU movie that I really enjoyed, and it's very watchable. It's very watchable for me. It is just... How do I even explain it? Oh, I know. I'll explain more about it in my movie review. But still, it's another rewatchable movie. Good MCU movie. And the beginning of the movie? Beginning montage? Like, I dug that. But it's just very rewatchable for me. I'll just say that. Before I get to my top 10, let me know your ranking in the comments down below. And, yeah, you'll give us a big thumbs up. Anyways, going to number 10 is Iron Man. Marvel Studios' Iron Man, which began the MCU, which was the birth of the MCU, and one of the best MCU movies I have seen, and it is. I pretty much had to rewatch this so many times, because like I just couldn't like. Okay, so I would play the OST, original soundtrack, for music that was in the movie where Tony is like bang, bang. I play that because I like listen to that nonstop. I just freaking love that music thing. But still, Iron Man is not only like pretty much the first MCU movie that began everything, but it's one of the best MCU movies the best MCU movies I've ever seen. And I just feel like I just hate myself if I didn't put it in my top 10 list, because it's one of the best MCU movies I've seen. But going to number 9 is Marvel Studios' AntMan and the Wasp, a movie I really enjoyed back in, I just realized I saw this on Friday the 13th. July 13th. Oh, God, ow. I just hurt my arm. Still, I remember seeing this in theaters in my hometown with my brother. Because me and my mom went to the same theater, but went to 2 different movies. So, we have a theater in our town, but it only has 2 theater rooms. My mom went to see Skyscraper, which scared the crap out of her, mainly for, I'll probably have to explain that in my movie review. But still, she went to see Skyscraper, and we're in the other theater room watching Ant-Man and the Wasp. So we're basically next door with each other. Just in the same theater, but not same theater room, but in the same theater. But still, like, we both enjoyed ourselves watching Skyscraper and Ant-Man and the Wasp, but my mom enjoyed watching Skyscraper, and me and Dee enjoyed watching Ant-Man and the Wasp. But still, we were having a blast watching Ant-Man and the Wasp, and it's one of the best MCU movies, in my opinion. It's one of the best MCU movies, in my opinion. But going in number 8, which, wish you were probably my top 5, but I had to put some other MCU movies that I really, really enjoyed on my, top 5 list, but still, my top 10 list is just best MCU movies. Like, best. Like, number 22 to 23, which would be Captain Marvel and Homecoming. Those were disappointing MCU movies, but movies I still watch and still enjoy. And number 11 to 21 are good MCU movies, but number 1 to 10 for my ranking are best MCU movies. But still, so going to number 8 is The Avengers. Now, like I said earlier, I hate Joss Whedon's guts, mainly for what he did to Justice League, or should I say Justice League. But I cannot, like, how the heck, I have trouble trying to hate his guts when he gave us the best Avengers movie. Now, he technically messed up with Age of Ultron, but he gave us, like, the best Avengers movie. Like, this is one of my most favorite MCU movies of all time. I will, like, oh my god, where do I even begin? Oh, I'll explain more of that in my movie review, but, like, it's one of my most favorite MCU movies of all time. Just, like, I just don't know how to explain it. It's just one of the best MCU movies I've ever seen in my entire life. And when we technically, in the post-credit scenes for the first Avenger, Captain America the First Avenger, that wasn't even a post-credit scene at all. It technically was, but that post-credit scene just turned into a straight-up trailer for the next MCU movie we were getting in 2012. In 2012, we only had, like, one MCU movie, and that was The Avengers, which is technically probably my most, my number 1 best movie of 2012. But going to number 8 is Marvel Studios' The Avengers. But going to number 7 is Black Panther. Wakanda Forever. May he rest in peace. But, like, I remember seeing this with my grandparents and brother, and I brought my custom Infinity Gauntlet I made at middle school, I mean. And I really, really enjoyed this movie. And I think Killmonger is like one of the best MCU villains in my opinion. And I remember, I've actually made a video where I talk about my top 10 most favorite superheroes and supervillains in the MCU, which would be my experience in the MCU. I am still continuing that series. It's just I haven't found the right time to make episode 4. So do stay tuned for that. But still, I will once I see Iron Man and the Incredible Hulk, I will make episode 4. So just want to update you guys. But still, Black Panther is one of the best MCU movies I've seen in 2018. Now, if I remember correctly, it's probably like my number 1 best superhero movie of 2018. So, I mean, I will technically make videos where I talk about top something best movies for 2017, 18, 19, 20, and all that. I will technically make videos of those. So do stay tuned for that by subscribing and ringing the bell. But it's one of the best MCU movies I've ever seen, and I will explain more about it in my movie review for Marvel Studios' Black Panther. But going to number 6 is The Incredible Hulk, which I can understand people would just forget about this and all that, and that they feel like it's not part of the MCU, mainly because it's that Mark Ruffalo is in in this movie, and that's a different actor. But this was my all-time most favorite MCU movies, and my most favorite villain was the Abomination. I can understand. Yeah, that's their opinion. They can put it in their bottom list. That I'll try to respect their opinions, but it is one of the best MCU movies I've seen. One of my most favorite MCU movies of all time. It just is. And my most favorite fight scene out of all of them is just Hulk versus the Abomination. And once the She-Hulk series comes out next year, I'm hoping to see a rematch between them two, because, again, it's confirmed the Abomination would return in the She-Hulk series, but no one mentioned about him in Shang-Chi. But still, oh man, I cannot wait to see the Abomination again in the She-Hulk series. I'm hoping to see a rematch, which we're definitely going to be getting a rematch, because we're definitely going to be getting a rematch. We're definitely getting a rematch between Hulk and Abomination. Anyways, for my top 5 in my MCU ranking, I'm just going to get on with it. Going number 5 is Marvel Studios' Captain America and the Winter Soldier, which I agree with everyone about one thing. It's the best MCU movie ever made. I could see a couple of reasons why. Don't see a couple reasons why, but whatever. I will still agree with them either way, because in the end credits, not like post credit scenes, but end credits with the music, I listen to that music non-stop. I just listen to that, and it's very rewatchable for me. My top 10 list are very rewatchable for me, but still, Captain America: The Winter Soldier is one of my all-time favorite movies, and I definitely remember seeing this in theaters. I've technically seen all 3 Captain America movies in theaters. Ain't that something? But still, going number 5 is Marvel Studios' Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Going number 4 is Captain America: Civil War. Now, I put that in number 5, but it's mainly because we technically have Captain America versus Iron Man, and I guess I'm a sucker for these types of versus movies, like Godzilla vs. Kong, or Freddy vs. Jason, or Alien vs. Predator, or... I mean, technically, it's not like much of a versus movie, but the marketing made it a versus movie. And it's mostly a versus movie, in my opinion. Mainly because since Iron Man and Cap were just going against each other, it's just one of the craziest MCU movies I've seen in my life. It's just one of the craziest movies I've seen in my life. But going at number 3 is Marvel Studios' Spider-Man Far From Home. And now, some of the problems I kind of had with Homecoming, Far From Home kind of fixed that for me. And it's better than Homecoming, but with No Way Home, I hate to say this, but No Way Home is probably going to be better than both Far From Home and Homecoming. But still, Far From Home is just my favorite movie. I saw that twice in the theater. One time was with my dad, second time was with my friend Gabe, and basically with my friends, including my brother. But this time, there were some scenes I never saw last time I saw it, which I basically realized that I saw a director's cut of Far From Home. Just basically a couple of scenes that I did not saw when I first saw it in theaters. But still, I will talk more about my thoughts for Far From Home, which I will be making a movie review around around December, mainly, because I'll be making movie reviews on all Spider-Man movies just every Fridays or something. But yeah, pretty much I'll be making a review of it around December 10th. I meant to say December 10th, but still. So yeah, Far From Home is going on number 3. And going on number 2, going on number 2. I can understand with everyone that this is their number 1, but there's a reason why it's number 2. But it's still one of the best MCU movies I've seen. And that is Avengers Infinity War, which this movie messed me up. I'll say that. I'll explain a lot in my movie review for this, but I'll just tell you this. It messed me up. One of the craziest movies and most anticipated movies I wanted to see in 2018, but I was so hyped to see this. I don't know how to explain how hyped I was, but I was so hyped. I had literally collected all freaking Lego sets. I collected all Lego sets of Infinity War, but this movie messed me up, mainly with that ending. If I didn't quit YouTube, I'd be recording myself crying, because I cried so bad. I could not stop crying until I cried myself to sleep. But it's one of the insane movies I've seen. But still, going to number 1 is pretty much obvious. Avengers Endgame. Now, I have a feel. Now Soup says that No Way Home won't top Endgame, which I'll respect his opinion on that. But what? I don't know where No Way Home is gonna be placed in my ranking, but I feel like it may take my number one place. I don't know, but like Avengers Endgame is just the best MCU movie I've seen. I'll explain why in my movie, but like, oh man, it was so fun seeing this in theaters with my grandparents. And the best part about my grandparents, in the Avengers and all that, me and my grandparents saw all 4 Avengers movies in theaters. And that's just the best part about my grandparents and the Avengers movie. Just not only seeing all 4 of them in theaters, but also with my grandparents. Since we all saw them together, I could have honestly saw Infinity War without my grandparents, but since we saw the first one and Age of Ultron, I figured we're gonna see Infinity War and Endgame together, like we did with the first 2. And it's just one of the best experiences I've had with my grandparents, seeing all 4 Avengers movies. It's just, and if Avengers 5 is gonna be happening in the near future, I will be seeing that with my grandparents. Guys, even though we're not gonna be getting it in a long, long time, but we're still gonna get it eventually. We just gotta be patient about it. But once Avengers 5 is coming out soon in the near future, I'm seeing that with my grandparents. Either way, because it's like a little tradition, I guess. A short tradition or something. But still. Anyways, that's my ranking for all 23 MCU movies. So yeah, by the end of 2021, I will be doing my second ranking, which will be all 27 MCU films, including Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, and No Way Home. So either No Way Home is just going to be placed somewhere in my top 10, or it's going to take Endgame's place. But we'll see what happens, because like, I feel like No Way Home may be better. I feel like No Way Home is not going to be better than the first 2 Spider-Man movies. But it's probably going to be my most favorite. I don't know. We will see. We will see what will happen. But anyways, let me know your ranking of all 23 or 25. Actually, just 25, since, Black Widow and Shang-Chi are around. So feel free to just add those to your ranking. But let me know your ranking list of all MCU movies in the comments down below. And yeah, as always, I'll see you guys in my next video, which will pretty much just be my ranking for MCU movies. Again, I don't know how to explain, but pretty much, yeah, to be continued. But as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.